she's here. Very, very, very close with him. We have his brother. We have his whole family. We got a lot of his family members, families, and friends, and they're here to talk about who Jerrell was and how he was treated by the police just days before he died. So we're going to start out with honesty, and she's going to she's going to talk, speak to us about who Jerrell was, and then she'll bring up the next speakers also.
So, my name is Honesty Nagel. I am Jerrell's his mother. I have 2 of his minor children. I just want to say that Jerrell was a great father. That's what he left for. He's been there for his kids. And he was amazing to my other kids as well. They would call him even Uncle Daddy for a nickname. We just want to know what happened. We hope that the cams could be released. And we just kind of have some closure on the situation. And now I think my daughter wants to maybe say a couple words about her father. Yeah. Just stay right here.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jerrell's daughter, Demaria, and before I say anything, I just want to thank everyone here supporting me and my brother. Jerrell Jr. today. Many of you have never met my father, so I want to tell you a little bit about him. He was my best friend. He was always supporting me and my siblings. My siblings. 3 of them weren't even his biological children, but he loved them like his own. He would call us every day, asking if there was anything we needed and if we were okay. We spent lots of time sitting around talking about anything and everything. Every Sunday we'd go roller skating. We spent lots of time playing basketball and getting to watch the movie. My dad liked to go to the gym and play basketball with friends, and boy, did he have a love for food. The thing that destroys me is that I don't get to make more memories with him. And one of my last ones is I had been mad at him. Looking back, it wasn't even a reason for me to be that upset. Had I known that would be the last time I would see him, I just not would have been my last interaction. I've had many sleepless nights and would like the video/body cams to be released so that I could gain some closure on his passing. I'm going to be missing a piece of myself every day. I just wish I could run into his arms one more time and hear his loving voice and have my father's shoulder to lean on, but I don't get that anymore.
You want to speak something?
Name is Jerrell Jr. Skelton, son of Jerrell Skelton. My father was a great man. May not have been great as a civil person, but he was a great father. Great role model even. Ain't nobody gonna replace that. Best man I ever knew and I will ever know. You know, he started me out at the gym. Now I'm still going. You know, got me into baseball. I'm still going. You know, I'm gonna keep going for him. You know, and I want these body cams released. I want to know what happened. If anything wrong did happen, we need justice for this. This stuff keeps happening, and it will keep happening unless it is stopped. And we need to stop this. We need to come together to stop this. That's all I gotta say.
So I just want to add that on 8/25, roughly around 11 p.m., Jerrell was at a park, and a cop came up to him, asked him for his ID. He gave him his ID, and from there, the cops wanted to search and whatever, so they ended up beating him up because he told them that it wasn't correct. And this was literally days before the incident of him being in the police car. So we're just wondering what happened through it all. We would like both things to be released from 8/25 and 9/3, both of 2023. We just want answers.
Jerrell's younger brother. We didn't grow up together, but we ended up meeting back later in life and getting really close. He was a great man regardless what anyone says of him. He was a great father. He was a great brother. He was my protector. And we want to see these body cams from both incidences. Both. First time and when he died in police custody. That's it.
I got something.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Kenya Louise Skelton. I am Jerrell Skelton's sister. Some of my earliest memories are of the cops escorting my brother home. And he has always had a relationship with them. It has always been tumultuous. And it has never been kind. This was the worst fate that I could have ever imagined for my brother. And I know that, of course, he was no perfect man. And he has mistakes. He has a past. But this was never a fate that I would have asked for him. And I need answers because I had to be the first person to get that call of my worst nightmare for him. I had to be the one to break my family's heart with this news. I hate this. I need his kids to have answers. I need us to have solace, because otherwise there is no moving on. There is nothing that we can do. All we have now is to rely on the answers from the cops. And I hope that the justice system will look upon our family and look upon these words that I'm saying and realize that all we want is just these fucking answers. And that is all.
Thank you. And again, no matter what kind of past somebody has, that doesn't matter. That we don't have the death penalty here in the state of Minnesota. So it's up for a judge to decide if somebody is guilty or innocent and then proceed. So police are not the judge, jury, and executioner. Also, we know that the night that he died, that the medical people came and cleared him and said that it was okay for the police to transport him, so he was okay. But when he was in the back of a police car, he died. Can you talk a little bit about some of the injuries he had after the first encounter with the police?
Yeah, there are.
Or the Faribault Police.
Yes, after he didn't come, he's been coming to our house quite frequently to visit his kids prior to all of this stuff happening. So he's been there literally day in and day out seeing his kids. And he was gone for a couple days. We were wondering where he was. So when he came back, he explained that he had an incident with the police, that they pretty much did a search and seize without a warrant, that they tear gassed his car, they beat him, they tased him in his right arm. He had a big slash on his nose. He had scratches here. His whole arm was red all the way up until here. He had a big bruise laceration all the way across here. He had another mark right here. A couple scratches on his arm.
Face too.
And on his face.
On his face, he had a black eye. Yeah, on his nose, yeah. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. These things should not be happening. No one deserves this. No one deserves this.
So again, the demand of the family and the demand from BLM is we want all body and dash cam video released from both incidents. The night that he was beat up was August 25th. And then the night that he died in police custody was?
It was technically 9/2, and he was passed at 1:38 on 9/3. So it was going from 9/2 into the morning of 9/3.
and you're the mother of his children, Honesty.
Yep.
And can people just say who they were?
Yep. So this is his daughter, Jerrell Skelton. This is his son, Jerrell Jr.
I'm his brother.
And I'm his sister, Kenya Skelton.
Are there any more questions?
On Honesty, right? What did you think when you heard that detail of the that he was cleared and that then they took him to jail after clearing him? Do you think, does that concern you that they did that? And that
It concerns me a lot. I don't understand if someone is coming in and out of consciousness, and if you have to stop his vehicle if they miles an hour, how is my question.
And what was the August, the previous incident? What did the cops say they were? What did you say they were checking?
He was literally at a park, so they wanted to check his ID. He gave him his ID. They came back and said, because you have prior stuff going on, we want to search your vehicle. And he said, no, you do not have a warrant. That is not okay, just to search. So he told him, I don't consent. And the next thing, they tear gassed his car, and they pulled him out of it, beat him. Yeah.
How many kids did he have? Total?
He's got these two, but he took my other three in like they were his own from even before these two were born.
And again, so what we're demanding right now, we want all body cam footage released of the night that Jerrell died in police custody in Faribault Police Department custody. We want the names of the officers released that was transporting him, and we want the body cam and dash cam video released from August 25th and September 2nd or September 3rd. Do you mind reading that letter again?
Hi, I'm Jerrell's daughter, Demaria, and before I say anything, I just want to thank everyone here supporting me and my brother, Jerrell Jr. today. Many of you have never met my father, so I want to tell you a little bit about him. He was my best friend. He was always supporting me and my siblings, 3 of them weren't even his biological children, but he loved them like his own. He would call us every day asking if there was anything we needed and if we were okay. Spent lots of time sitting around talking about anything and everything. Every Sunday we'd go roller skating. We spent lots of time playing basketball and getting together to watch a good movie. My dad liked to go to the gym, play basketball with friends, and go to the table look for food. The thing that destroys me is that I don't get to make more memories with him, and one of my last ones is I had been mad at him, and looking back, it wasn't even a reason for me to be that upset. Had I known that that would be the last time I would see him. I wish that wouldn't have been my last interaction. I've had many sleepless nights and would like the video/body cams to be released so that I could gain support on his passing. I'm going to be missing a piece of myself every day. I just wish I could run into his arms one more time and hear his loving voice. And my father should have been, but I don't think that anymore.
Thank you. And if everybody can just go, if you guys can just come back one more time and say that, I don't want to put you through more trauma, but if you could just repeat what you just said previously. So this is his son.
I'm the son of Jerrell. Jerrell Jr. Tarjay Skelton, son of Jerrell Brian Skelton. Just want to say that this is all injustice. This is all injustice to a family. Everybody. We need this. My dad got me in the gym. I'm still going to the gym every single day. Just in the name of him. That's how I'm gonna continue. My dad got me into baseball. I'm still playing. I'm gonna play till the day I die, I think now. My dad, he was a great man. He was a great father, not a great man. role models to us. Me and Maria. Every day, like she said, he would call us and ask us if we need anything, if we wanted anything. He was a strong person. He was a healthy person. Even. So we can't even understand ourselves why this is happening to us. Why this heartache? Why this trauma is now being put onto us? Me and Mom, we love our dad, and we ain't never gonna stop loving him.
And
My name is Tarie Brack.
Can you spell your first name?
Torreau. Jerrell was my older brother. We were adopted out at a young age and came back together and got really close. And he was my protector. He was always there for me. He was a great man, regardless what anyone says. He took care of his kids. He made sure he even took care of kids that wasn't his, but they were his. And we want to see those body cam footages from both incidences, August 25th and September 3rd.
you're his sister.
Yeah, I'm his sister, Jerrell Skelton. So what I was saying earlier was my earliest memories of my brother were of him being escorted by the cops as a child. He has always had a tumultuous relationship with the cops, and it was never kind. My worst nightmare for my brother was this. I never wanted my brother to be in the hands of any cops. I never wanted his life to be in the hands of any officer. Ever. I was the first person who got the call that my brother passed away in police custody. I had to be the one to relive my nightmare every time I made a call to my family. Every single call, I had to be the one to hear everybody's cries. I need my family to have answers because that's all we at this point get. I need answers because every single time I have to relive this every day. I relive my family's cries. I relive my nightmares. And I'm tired of it. I want some fucking answers because if I don't get them, I won't move on. And that's all I can say at this point.
Thank you. And just to reiterate, before he died in police custody, through August 25th, he was beaten by police. If you could just go over that one more time, and then we have one more speaker today.
Jerrell's been at our house every day seeing our kids. So there was a couple days he went missing. We were worried about him. He didn't call none of us. So when he came back, we asked him what happened. And he told us that he was sitting at a park. The cop asked him for his ID. He gave him his ID. And because the cop seen he has stuff on his record, he's like, I want to search your vehicle. He said, no, you don't have a warrant. You cannot search me. And they proceeded to tear gas his car, rip him out the car. They tasered him. They beat him. He's got a big tase mark right here. He had a mark on his nose. He had scratches up here. He had a mark right here. He had a big laceration bruise across his left body. Another bruise right here. His whole arm was red from down all the way until about here. So we want to know what happened on 8/25/23, and we want to know what happened on 9/3 of 23 from the cams and the footage from the vehicle and on body.
Can you say your name?
My name is Honesty Nagel.
How do you spell that?
HONESTYNAGEL.
And what's your relationship with Mr. Skelton?
I am the mother of his minor children.
What's your name? We have Daiwat here, and she has she's not going to show all, but if she shows 1 or 2 pictures, just to prove that he was beaten by police. So she'll just, a quick glance, she has, just show one. So there's a picture right here.
This is from the incident.
You got to light it back up. Okay. Oh, did you get it?
That's the brightest one.
So she's, yeah, that's a picture of some of the bruises from the night of 25th, right?
Yeah.
That he was beaten by police. So we need body camera footage from the night that these injuries occurred. And that was August 25th. Body cam and dash cam video, and that was by Faribault Police Department. Faribault Police Department. Do you guys have any more questions for them?
Well, I had a question. Just generally, I know that the BCA will release body camera video often before an investigation is done. Have you heard anything from anybody, investigators or anybody, about why they haven't?
The person in charge of this case
Hasn't
even reached out. I'm his next of kin. I have not gotten much word from the cops. I've gotten very little. I understand that this investigation is going to take a while. I understand that. I can be sympathetic towards time. However, look at these kids. They are hurting. I am hurting. My family is hurting. I need something. If I don't get a call, every day I go without a call, what am I supposed to do? I'm his next of kin. I'm trying to take care of these kids because he's not here anymore. I want to make sure that they are getting everything that they deserve. If I don't get answers, if they don't get answers, what are we to do? We can't move on. Matt Olson, who I was told is in charge of my brother's case, has not gotten back to me once. And I have his number. He has my number. So why hasn't he gotten back to me? Why has no one gotten back to me besides his liaison with the cops? Why is that the case? Why is Nikki, the state trooper, who first notified me in the first place, why has she not gotten back to me? Why am I being told that because of under the assumption that my brother and I work close, that I'm not getting called, when I'm technically the only one that is supposed to be getting these answers first and foremost? Because it's not going to them, they're underage. It's going to me. Yet no one has made a call to me, hardly ever. And I appreciate the people who have, and I appreciate the people who have given me answers, but it's not enough. I need an update. I need to know what is going on. That's why we need to know what is going on with the body cam footage. Because at this point, we have nothing to go on. And we can only speculate. And the longer we speculate, the longer situations like this will get uglier.
Exactly. And just to follow up with that, we know just with Ricky Cobb, that body camera footage was released within 24 hours of the incident happening. We know with Dante Wright, it didn't take 6 to 10 weeks for the investigation to be completed. So we know that these things can be. And with Howard Johnson recently that died, that body camera footage was released within 48 hours. So we know that if they can do it, if the St. Paul Police Department can do it, if Brooklyn Center Police Department can do it, then the BCA can release this footage tonight, and answer this family's request. Like she said, look at this child. She wants to know what happened to her father. And the responsible thing for the BCA to do is to release the footage immediately.
Have they even released a cause of death yet?
I was told on day one that it is under the assumption that he swallowed something. And that is it. That is all I have been told so far.
Who told you that?
Nikki, the state trooper, who first notified me.
We don't really know what happened, and we want to. That's why we want to see the body camera footage.
Yes, it is all complete speculation. No. We don't know the cause just yet, but to tell me the assumption, tell me what they could rule out or what they could guess,
we know.
Tell me.
Yeah, we don't want to answer that, but we just know that I know with Hardell Sherrill, they said he swallowed a sock, and that's how he died. And we know he didn't swallow a sock, and that's not how he died. So that's why we need the body camera footage, and we need an independent investigation into what happened immediately. We also have, ma'am, are you ready? Come on up. Any more questions for?
And as I recall from the official statement, they had initially called paramedics, and then the paramedics turned it back over to the officers who, again, called paramedics. Do I have that right?
I was told that pretty much between paramedics being called and him being his seizure and time of death took place around the span of 30 minutes. That's as far as I was told. But as I said before, I've been hardly notified.
Thank you. Can you come up? Is he gonna bite her?
No, she's
Okay. Can you tell us your name?
my name is Shavi.
Can you spell that for us?
Shavi, Chavi.
So before we get started, Devon Holc was in St. Louis Park in the St. Louis Police Department after the murder of George Floyd. After the racial reckoning decided to put their knee on the neck of Devon. And Siobhan recorded this incident. Shavi recorded this incident, and she's going to tell us about it and why we think those officers should be fired immediately.
Okay.
Your last name?
Mine?
Yeah, your last name.
PLWE.
And spell your first name again.
Shavi, Chavi. I'm a little nervous. I got
You're good.
It's
I'm
okay.
not used to speaking in front of people. But I'm here to speak on behalf of Devon Holc because he came here to speak for himself. I went through a situation where police used I had to watch police use excessive force on him. And he was unarmed. I think it's still coming down. I'm just here to speak a little bit on police brutality because they seem to ignore their vital rules.
Speak up. We don't have a mic. I'm sorry.
I'm here to speak on behalf of police brutality because they seem to ignore the law-abiding rules towards us as citizens. I never really expected to be in this situation. I thought after the last situation with the George Floyd, standards were limited on use of force, as far as to shorten someone's breath in multiple ways, which is the use of excessive force, usually physical, in the form of verbal acts and psychological intimidation by a police officer, which can be beatings, racial abuse, unlawful killings, torture, or indiscriminate use of riot control agents at a protest. They feel like they can ignore the rules and get the job done illegally. I shouldn't have had to go through watching my loved one have his face held into the ground by multiple officers while he was maced, while others had their knee back in his neck. There was multiple times in the video where he said he couldn't breathe while they was restraining him, while he was handcuffed and he was unarmed. And they held him to the ground, multiple officers on top of him. They didn't even attempt to get off of him after I told them that he needed water and that I was recording. Watching a loved one be so useless in a situation where he could have stopped breathing at any given moment, I just feel like this has to come to a stop and we have to stick together, to put this to a stop, because I couldn't imagine if I wasn't there what could have happened. They seem to claim to protect us, but they pick and choose who they think they should protect, and I don't feel that's right. It's not a good feeling to fight enough to let them know that he is loved but feel weak at the same time because I can't fight how I want to for him. I just feel like everyone needs to be treated with the same law-abiding rules as a citizen, that they would treat their wives, kids, and their siblings. Because Black lives matter, but all lives matter.
And again, we think the officer should be terminated and disciplined. Nothing has happened to those officers since this incident has happened. If anybody has any questions for her, she won't answer any legal questions.
When did it happen in St. Louis Park?
April 20th.
And you have video of it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to the Black Lives Matter page and see the video. It's there. We'll also send it out to any news agencies that are here, too. And that happened April 22nd, St. Louis Police Department of this year.
Watch it through the website. We have a link.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.
So you've been watching the official BLM Minnesota live stream.
Is the family put a request in for the video yet?
No.
Yes, they got the new law. It's 5 days now.
Oh, wow. Here, you can see that. This is her sister. I'm right here. This is Paul Boston, the lawyer we talked about. You've been watching the BLM, official BLM live stream. We just concluded today's press conference earlier this year. Had a knee on his neck by the St. Louis Police Department. So we're demanding that that officer be terminated and